for the entire year to get that 4 million mark. The house is pretty good. Let's go down this street and look at some Christmas stuff. They're not bad. I kind of have us like, you can see like those are the original, I think anyways, original like bulbs. Those just look cool. These give me like, makes me want to have feels like I should have a stroke looking at those kind of lights. Not a huge fan of those. But I think some decorating is, oops, stop the video on accident because I don't know what I'm doing. I think some decorating is better than none, but those lights that are like strobe lights are just, I don't know, it's too abrasive, man. Like, I'm not a fan. I could see for like Halloween, like maybe like a portion of your lights could do that, but for the whole like fixture of your house being that, it's just, I don't know, in my opinion that's a little obnoxious. Yeah, this is where dad life and running leads into holiday decor when it's almost Christmas and the holidays are near. I get on my little high horse and critique people's houses. These looks cool. I like the trees like that they obviously lost their leaves, but that looks really cool when you kind of drape it into the trees. Super cool. Not a lot of lights here, but nice effect. That's kind of like getting your money's worth. That's probably like 10, 15 strands of lights, but they got their money's worth out of it. This house is cool too. I do like the C9 bulbs around the house. Definitely a cool look. I usually do that on my own house, and like I didn't this year because time has been my number one enemy. And they even went around all the way. That's cool. Usually I do that. I like how that looks with the trees too, and so that's cool. You did a good job. This house is good. You got some blow-ups in the front, lots of decor. Oh, that's classy. Okay. Interesting. Oh, well, just the neighborhood's repping. It's like some of their lights went out here. This is what I'm talking about. I would have a stroke if I was living next door. Like, it's a cool effect for sure. Definitely. Like, I like it, but if I looked at it too long, I'd be like, oh my god, please turn that off. I used to have lights kind of like this in my backyard. I ended up throwing away because I don't know, I grew tired of that effect. I'm just getting old. That's my own, like, get off my own porch spiel. Get off my porch. It looks very nice. Some good decorations out this year. Anyways, back to fitness. I really want to run tonight. I did this really cool. Okay, first of all, I got this 10-foot selfie stick. I don't know how I'm gonna run with a 10-foot selfie stick. It's actually like I'm holding it now. Hopefully it's gonna give you a little bit more leverage. Like holding it further away from my face. For the viewership, I think that's good. I always look better further away. But also, you capture more of the run. And then you can get kind of drone-like footage. And I did that around my house today, just to kind of see what it would look like with the Christmas lights and whatnot. Like a good test run. Like, it looks dope. Like, I think that for certain moments, start of a run, end of a run, You know, if I ever did do races in the future, kind of get some good footage. You know, instead of flying a drone, which I mean, that's always a possibility too. There's just some red tape on that. You got to get like, I don't know, we need like airspace approval and stuff. I think like this is a lot simpler approach, and you know, it's something that again, like I'd like that it's in a selfie stick. It's not like I have this separate contraption for one use. Like I can use this for walking, running, getting cool aerial footage all in one. Family vlogs, personal vlogs. The house isn't bad. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Something about Christmas lights, they just like lights me up. Like it just makes me feel like people haven't completely lost their sense of joy, their sense of child. However you want to categorize it. Like for me, it just means a lot. Kind of brings me back to my youth, you know? Like, I don't know. I grew up in a town and my parents made it a big emphasis to like decorate and hold those traditions. So I do appreciate that. Hopefully I can pass on some that my kids like to do as well. I think decorating is just kind of one of those things we'll end up doing. If you've seen my videos of my house, like we get people all the time that stop and they're like, oh, you do a great job and thank you for decorating for the neighborhood. And there's actually like a contest. My little area, we got second one year. Which I'm like, second? That's not acceptable. But I didn't get anything last year. It was kind of BS. My house is lit up. The red lights, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of just red, but hey, it's cool. Better than nothing for sure. Yeah, I just I don't know. I'm just so competitive. Like I said, like anything I do is like I want to be the best at, whether it's Christmas decorating, whether it's Monopoly, whether it's running, whether it's running a YouTube. I think I was way off frame there. Cool. Like I said, this is like my 4th day with the selfie stick. Or really, it's like my 3rd day with the camera, 1st day with the selfie stick. So, a lot of kinks to work out here. I think I did find an editor. We'll see. Bro's going through some life stuff, so I'm not sure when he'll be able to deliver, but yeah, trying to find somebody that can like help me push these videos out a little bit quicker, a little bit more higher quality, because it's tough to be your own filmer, your own editor, your own running your social media, your own, you know, I upload the videos to YouTube and like, and especially, you know, on top of everything else, I have a full-time job. I have 2 little kids and I try to run like 30 to an hour every day too on top of that. So it's becoming too much. So I'm gonna try to look to outsource some of this stuff, see if we can get some help, grow the channel a little quicker. I don't, you know, like I'm super thankful for the growth we've had. Hold on, my watch is going crazy and my wife will kill me if I'm not like attentive to what's going on. Anyways, I was saying like I'm super excited about the growth that we've had. I don't know if my screen keeps going off. It's like a battery saver feature. I need to turn that off. But at the same token, you know, like I want to improve. Like I want to grow it faster, and it's not just about monetization. Jeez, I can't say that word. It's about just making money. It's more about like it's more about like making an impact and like having people see this and realize that like, hey, stuff in my life isn't going perfect either. That's okay. Like there's somebody else out there that's like me or in that same boat going through a struggling time or challenging time rather, or struggling with the season of their life. And because I feel like I'm definitely there. Okay, that's a cool nutcracker. Super cool. I thought about getting a nutcracker this year, but I also thought about how the heck am I gonna store all this stuff. I got a Dominion this year. I have Jack Skellington, which is 13 feet tall. Dominion is pretty robust too. Like storing that is not going to be easy. What else did I get? I got a giant light bulb. That's cool. I like how that green looks in that tree. That does look really awesome. Gonna give them props there. Plus they went all the way to the top. That's really cool. I'm afraid to do that on my own tree because the thing is, like, you gotta have help on the ladder because it's definitely not worth like hurting yourself over that. Or not even hurting yourself, but like seriously hurting yourself. These are just lazy, but you know what? It looks cool with the tree and the lights on the side. It actually works. Props. Not gonna call people lazy for doing the Christmas. That's awesome that they do it. Anyways, what I was getting to is like if you're going through a challenging season, like I am, it's good to know like other people are out there, like a support system. Like at my work, there's some people that some dads, you know, around the same age perhaps, or you know, maybe it seems like they're having kids a little bit later in life, and that's maybe the trend. Do you want to be a little bit more established and, you know, kind of have your roots before you have kids? And that's certainly what I tried to do. Definitely wasn't ready for this before that was already established. But anyways, it's like we have this support system in a way where it's like, hey, how are your kids doing? Oh man, that sucks. Your kids are sick. Like I just went through that. Or, oh man, that sucks. Like, you know, so it's like, it's just that being empathetic about other people's circumstances. You know, pretty simple, but it goes a long way. Oh, I do have... Holy crap. I just saw somebody's Christmas decorations and I'm like, I have those lights. I haven't even put up all my lights. Like, I shit you not. 3 weeks away from Christmas, I have probably like 30 strands of lights to put out still. Oh, I feel so embarrassed. But I just saw some lights. I'm like, oh crap, I have those. And I totally forgot I had them. It's like those blue ones. You see those ahead? I have those in white. I totally forgot. And they do cool animations. Wow. I'm a failure. I have lights like that too that kind of look like that on the house. Just haven't put them up. Jeez. Okay, I like the reefs. That's a good touch that they light up. Mine's... I don't know, I have like... Okay. Here we go. I'm talking about those lights. I do have the white one at our house. Those look cool. I wanted to get more. They were like 25 bucks a piece. So... I just got one. But yeah, I have one of those to store. Which is, I don't know, they're kind of big. This house looks good. Pretty cool. Yeah. I like those light bulbs. I'm like, man, maybe I should have got more, but... Candy canes are cool. I like how bright those are. Looks cool. They have some cool lights. Like I like those street lights, house lights, whatever you want to call it. Candy canes that 2 colors. See, these are cool. I like that. Color changes. Okay, back on the topic. If you are going through a hard time, Just know that I am too. Like, I promise you, nothing that I'm doing lately is easy. Like, it feels like it takes about an hour to get out of the house with the kids to do anything, like even go to the store. And then it's like constant shit. Like, there's something that's I'm always dealing with personally, professionally. It just hasn't been a banner year. And I say that, and it's crazy because it's like my family's doing great. Like, this has been an awesome year. You know, my son was born healthy, my wife was healthy after the birth and everything, and like work gave me time off, she had time off. Like, it's been like everything's worked out in our favor, but it still feels like it's a hard season. And I think that maybe makes it worse because you're like, oh, should I be happier than I really am? This looks like a freaking rave over here. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess at least they came up with a different style than those like Christmas lights. How do they park it behind their car? Huh. They must not move their car. Interesting. And then they have some blow-ups over here. See, this is the thing with the blow-ups. It's freaking hard to tell. Like, that's a minion on top of a car, which looks cool. They have a minion and Mickey, but it's like, it's not lit up. The Grinch is lit up, but music over here. Somebody's having a party without me. That's rude. Anyways, this is a critique of Christmas lights. Sandwiched in between life advice, or just, I don't even know if it's advice. Am I giving advice? I'm just sort of talking. Like, I don't really want to give advice because there's nothing more frustrating than telling somebody you have a problem and then like right away they have a solution that you know that doesn't fit. You know, like at work, for instance, I'll be like, oh, I have this problem. So and so is tough to work with, right? Someone will come in and be like, oh, just do this. And you're like, I've freaking tried that like a billion times. It doesn't work. But they're insistent that it does. And you're just like, okay, you shrug it off because you're like, that's not gonna work, right? Like, you like, do you know somebody in your life like that? Like, they have a solution for every problem, but you know that solution is BS. Like, it's not gonna work because you've tried it before, right? Like, you've been down that road. It's almost like having a kid and you're like, oh, my kid won't sleep. Like, they won't sleep at night. And then someone comes in and they're like, well, have you swaddled them? No, holy shit. Like, I never thought of swaddling my kid. Like, you know, like little things like that. You're like, yeah, like, I'm a parent. Like, of course I've been with them 24/7 for months. Like, of course I've tried everything at this point. You know, it's like somebody that hasn't read up on it at all or hasn't had a kid the last 30 years. Things they know more than you when you've been like, I've literally been living in this life for the last 3.5 years, reading up on it, books, articles, posting in forums, but somebody from the outside thinks they have better advice or opinions, and they've been on the game for that long. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So I think we all know people like that in our life. But anyways, get back on track. It's just like when people do that, it's so frustrating because it makes you it minimizes your problems. Like, you feel like, oh, maybe I really don't have a problem because this person always has a damn solution. And just know that that's not true. There's just people like that. You know, I have family like that and I love them, but it's like, please don't act like I just want to be heard, you know? Like, I don't need you to find a solution to my problems. I just want you to listen and be a shoulder to lean on if I need it. But I really don't need like Dr. Phil, you know, just to tell me what to do or to give me a solution on the spot. Especially one that's really not thought out too well, because sometimes people just have the solutions on the tip of their tongue, and you're like, did you really do research on that one, or did you just like pull it out of you know where? So that's frustrating. I think that's like why men, I'm talking to men, I'm finding out that's a big part of my demographic for this viewership on this channel. So I'm talking to you men out there, like, men don't open up, like, you don't talk about stuff because it's like you get shut down, or people look at you like you don't have all your shit figured out. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you should have everything figured out by now. And if you don't, backtracking, because look at the house in the distance there. Damn. All right, this is a good time to, let's try my selfie step. Let's see how high we can get. Okay. That's not even all the way up. Holy shit. Oh. Okay, that felt like this is so cool. This was $90. Like, you think like, oh my god, you paid $90 for a selfie stick. I'm trying to sell my old GoPro right now, and I'm basically asking $90 just to get something, because it's like I'm not going to use it anymore. Once you upgrade your tech, it's like you don't really want to go back to older tech. At least I don't. Okay. How do I press this button to see what the freak I'm doing? Okay. So, anyways, long story short, men out there, like, I think that it's a cool reef. It's important to open up and find that support system with people you can trust, and people that aren't going to give you solutions on the fly, try to solve your life problems right then and there, but mostly just be a sounding board for what you have to say, can relate somewhat to what you're going through. Like, I talk about my bros at work, they're all in this shit with me. Like, we're all going through different stuff, but having multiple kids, or even just like a new kid, like, they get the struggle, they get the lack of sleep, they get the trying to juggle everything going on at once, they get the, crankiness perhaps sometimes that comes with that, or the the response from the wife when stuff doesn't go right or whatever, like, it's relatable. It's all like, okay, yeah, man, I've been there, I've done that. And even if you haven't, like, you could learn from other people too, just listening to their stories. Like, one of these guys I work with has twins, and like, I haven't been through down that road. I can't imagine having two kids at the same age going through the same stuff at the same time, because those milestones are crazy enough with one. And it's like when you have two, it feels like more than two kids, because you're constantly, both of you, if you're a couple, you're just like bouncing back and forth between kids. And like, those single parents out there, I can't even like fathom how the heck you do that. Especially if you have your kid full time, or even if you have them like half time, it's still tough, because it's basically all on you when you do have them. So my heart goes out to you. I empathize with you. I'm sympathetic to the struggles and the battles you're going through. Like, this is also a piece of this channel. It's not just like, that's why I went to R-Mak's dad, because it's like all encompassing of my my life and my running and my struggle just as a 40-year-old dad, or 40-year-old husband, however you want to categorize it. Like, I'm more than just a runner, I'm more than just a dad. And so that's why I didn't really pick a clear, okay, that house looks cool, a clear name like Ryan Runs, or Ryan not Ryan Reynolds, or something like that. Like, I am just R-Mak's dad, because I think that for me that's my greatest accomplishment. It's like R-Mak's my kid. Her channel is gonna be super successful one day. It's doing great. She's 3. I mean, I think about when I was 3, like I'd do shit. So the fact that she's a willing participant, loves doing the videos, strives to like make content at that age, like that's crazy. And she loves watching YouTube, and it's like she's inspired by what she sees, and I think that's super cool. Like she kind of knows the path for her life at this point, I think. And I had no idea. Like I was watching like Batman or whatever, Barney at 3, playing with GI Joes. Like she's already like doing like so much more crap than I've ever done at that age, and so I'm proud of that. Like I'm proud of where she's come from and how sweet my family is. And I think overall R-Mak's dad is like what I want to be known as, like good dad, good family guy, good friend, good support system. Like even though I don't know you all, you know, we can be buds. We don't have to live. I don't work with anybody personally that I see in everyday life. That's one of the perks of working remotely, and they have done so for almost a decade now. So that's the thing. It's like you have all these relationships, but you never see these people in real life. So it's not really that much different than being a commenter on a page, or, you know, following someone's journey from afar. It's like almost the same. Okay, those lights there, I have those. And damn it, when I look at them, I'm like, why did I not put those up? Those are cool. It's like a nice touch. It's not like a showstopper, but coupled with everything else I already have going, okay, I need to put those up. So I just gave myself another task on this walk. That's great. And yeah, so that's my aspect, but it's my hopes, it's my aspiration, is to just be somebody that, okay, the lights aren't on, but I'm trying to figure out, like a dolphin? I swear they have like the outline of a dolphin. Okay, that's crazy. I need to come back to that. They're not on though. Why are your lights not on? It's December. It's like 7 o'clock at night. It's not even 7 o'clock at night. What time is it? 6:30. Do they not know it's dark at 6:30? Alright, these are the new trend. Year-round Christmas lights you put underneath your eave, and then you just kind of control it with a remote. I don't know how to feel about this. Feels a lot like those stargazer lights where you just kind of put it out, and a little bit of lack of effort. Maybe that's why I roll my eyes. I'll admit, like, it kind of looks cool. There's just like no uniqueness to it because everyone is doing that now. Like, not everyone, but you know, that's like the trend, is like people don't want to, even my parents talked about that, my brother, they're like, we don't want to go through the work of putting up lights anymore. And like, yeah, I get it. Like, trust me, if there's one less thing I had to do every day, or every year rather, that sounds great. But like, I'd rather that be taxes or something than something I enjoy, which I enjoy putting up Christmas lights. You know, it's like, it's a pain in the ass, I'll get you that, like, but it's very enjoyable to like see your creation at the end and be like, okay, this is like my unique take on this. This is my artistic expression. This is how I'm gonna up last year. Is that just me? I mean, is it like, do you feel that? Do you have that personal pride where you're like, okay, whatever I've done in the past, that's cool. Last year was good. This year's gonna be better. And it's like, that's always the feeling. Again, it doesn't matter what it is. Monopoly, cards, Mario Kart. That's the feeling. If I'm involved in it that much, if I'm putting my dedicated time into it, like I'm not messing around. I'm there to get better. I'm there to do things differently. Like, okay, Mario Kart's popping up in my head for some reason. If I'm getting second in Mario Kart every time I race, am I gonna take the same path every time? Am I gonna, try to get the same shells every time or have the same strategy on my race every time? Pick the same character every time? Like, probably not. Like, I'm gonna change it up, right? Like, let's go with Yoshi, or let's go with Toad, or Koopa Troopa, or let's take the shortcut this time, or let's save our mushroom for a different time. There's so many different things you could do. That's different. So why would you do the same thing if it's not producing the best results? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy to draw that analogy. Does it make sense? I don't know. Like, am I making sense? Does that correlate with using pre-existing Christmas decor? I don't know. To me, it's comparable. Like, all right, this guy, cool. Like, those lights look cool, but it's like everyone has them. Does it differentiate yourself in any way? No. Because look, this guy has the same freaking lights. Like, again, I think it's cool. Good idea in your backyard, because like, honestly, I have nothing in mind backyard. This year I went lazy. The last couple years I have. I used to go all the way around the house, but I definitely went lazy. Like, it looks cool, I'll give you that. But are you striving for what everyone else has, or everyone else is, or everyone else does? My answer is hell no. I'm trying to be my own pioneer, my own person, do my own thing, be a unique individual. Maybe that's just the way I'm wired. Maybe this isn't resonating with you, but if it is, I try to apply that to everything. And I'm thinking about running now, and it's like, I'm not in it to just be like walking 5Ks or jogging the entire time on a race. Like, I want to be running. I want to be near the front of the pack, if not the like, I'll be honest with you, I would have win like everything I do, the races included, even if I'm racing like a track star or a high school athlete. I know I'm not going to beat them, like, on the surface, but it's like I want to compete with them if possible. I don't want them to like lap me or totally destroy my time. I want to be like respectable, where they're like, oh wow, at your age, I can't believe you almost like beat me, or you caught up with me, or you were, whatever, like, accolades I can get. I just think that would be super cool. Just at that example, just to be the person that defies logic. There's always that person in sports that people can't believe they're still good at that age. I'm thinking of Steve Nash. I'm thinking of Randy Johnson. Got my Arizona ties here. I'm thinking of, up and maybe until this year, Aaron Rodgers. I hate saying this name. Brady. So, like, those people that, like, the outliers, right? They should be past their prime. They should not be as good as they are, but they are still at the top of their game. Kevin Durant, perhaps right now, is maybe more of a modern day example. LeBron James, hate saying that name too, so maybe I'll go with Durant. So we're thinking of Kevin Durant. He's been at the top of his game for 15 years or so. and he's still doing it, like still producing like same player, and he's going up against 20-year-olds or 25-year-olds, people way younger, a lot less mileage and wear and tear on their body, and he's still doing it like every night. And so, can that be me for running? Yeah, absolutely. Why the hell not? I can compete with people 15 years younger than me, 20 years younger than me almost. Absolutely. And it starts training, you know, starts with the eating. It starts being disciplined, using my time wisely. I don't have as much time as everyone else, but I'm going to use it in a better way. And that's fine, you know, like, I'm going to get a really cool shot of my house possible here, just to kind of chronologue this. I don't know if I'm done. I'm still like on the fence. That house down there is really good, but I like to do, even if I don't do any more this year, this is it. And this light changes. It's not always like, that light's not always just that color. You'll see me doing my vlogs here a lot of the time, because I like the light background. Yeah, this is crazy to look. And yeah, try to get it. This year. Really. Some of my old stuff is not really like working in the same capacity it used to. Like this tree, that tree, it needs help. Hopefully next year I can just kind of replace stuff and start fresh with some new gear. But anyways, this is a rambled mess. A little bit about Christmas lights, a little bit about being your own man, a little bit about life lessons, how you need a friend, a support system. Yeah, anyways, I hope you got value out of it. I hope you like it, subscribe it. Thank you for being along on my journey. Produced a lot of content today, about 2 hours of stuff. I gotta go edit. I still gotta run today. Damn, I am at I'm at 24,000 steps today. I haven't even done my run yet. So I legitimately, since I've been tracking my steps, I don't know if I've ever hit 30. I don't know if that's like the pinnacle of where you should be, but that's a crazy number to me. Like, again, I was hitting 5 in June, so that's almost a week of activity. So yeah, that's good. Good to do it in a day. I think I'm gonna do that, see how it goes with the new selfie stick. The beanie keeps getting off-centered and it's reversed, so I keep making it worse as I try to adjust. Anyways, thanks again. Like it, subscribe it, share it. Let me know your comments. Let me know if this resonates with you, or if you have disagreements. Like, I'm cool to hear both sides of the argument. There's many perspectives out there, right? So I want to hear yours and curious to see what you think. All right, till next time, I'll see you later. I'm gonna on my run later, and yeah, catch you later. Peace.